PMO, the project management office, or you call it as the program management office. PMO is not your prime minister's office. It's not a person or a group. It's a department. It's an organizational unit. PMO is an organizational unit to centralize and coordinate the management of projects under its domain. PMO is a management structure that standardizes the project related governance processes and facilitates the sharing of resources, methodologies, tools, and techniques. So, the responsibilities of a PMO can range from providing project management support function to actually being responsible for the direct management of one or more projects. The PMO can coordinate the project management support functions in form of providing the required trainings, providing standardized policies and procedures for achieving the project object. The PMO is like the center of excellence, their owner of all project management processes, governance, templates, and tools. They do the reporting, they do the project assurance, and the PMO is headed by the portfolio manager so that they get the required authority. Think about a PMO like a control room, actually, wherein you have people sitting in the control room and they, through the see-through glasses, they are looking at the projects happening in that organization. There are several types of PMO structures in organizations, each, varying in the degree of control and influence they have on projects within the organization. You have different types of PMOs. You have, the supportive PMO. If your organization has a PMO, then it would either be supportive or it would be a controlling PMO, or the PMO will be directive. The basic difference between these type of PMOs is in terms of what authority do they have over the projects happening within the organization, and to what extent will the PMO be involved in the project. The supportive PMO will be with the least authority. The controlling PMO will have moderate authority, and the directive PMO will have full authority. Supportive PMOs provide a consultative role to projects by, supplying templates, best practices, training, access to information, and lessons learned from other projects. This type of PMO serves as a project repository. Like I said, the degree of control provided by the supportive PMO is low. Supportive PMO, this type of PMO, it works as a project repository. It provides support in form of on-demand expertise, templates, best practices. And the supportive PMO can work in organizations where projects are done successfully in a loosely controlled manner and where additional control is deemed unnecessary. Coming on to the controlling PMO, see, the controlling PMOs provide support and require compliance through various means. Compliance may involve adopting project management frameworks or methodologies using specific templates, forms, and tools, or conformance to governance. The degree of control provided by the controlling PMO is moderate. So in organizations where there is a desire to rein in the activities, processes, procedures, documentation, a controlling PMO can, accomplish that. And when we talk about the directive PMO, see, the directive PMO takes control of the project by directly managing the degree of control provided by the directive PMO is high. The directive PMO, in fact, this type of PMO goes beyond control and actually takes over the projects by providing the project management experience and resources to manage the project. As organizations undertake projects, professional project managers from the PMO are assigned to the projects. This injects a great deal of professionalism into the projects. And since each of the project manager originates and reports back to the directive PMO, it guarantees a high level of consistency of practice across all projects. So the question is, which type of PMO is the best? See, the best type is very specific to the organization, the culture, and the history of what works and what does not. But in general, if you look at the activities of a PMO, or the functions or responsibilities of a PMO. PMOs manage the interdependencies between projects. They help provide resources. PMO can terminate the project if they feel like the project is no more viable, or if they feel like the objectives will not be met. Project no more viable. Say you are developing a software product. The project is budgeted at $5 million, and the project is in execution now, 30% in execution. And that's the time when your competitor Oracle, they launched their product in the marketplace. And when you compare, when you benchmark, the Oracle product has better features and functions than the product that you're developing, and also that the Oracle product is very reasonably priced. So does it make sense for your organization? Say per se, like you already out of $5 million, you already have spent $3 million. And does it make sense for your organization to spend another $2 million and come out with a product that is not sellable in the market? So in a situation like that, your PMO will ask you to kill the project. Don't ever make your projects personal, because if you make your project personal, then the first bad thing that you would have done is to downplay on the risk part of it. Though you see the risk, you keep your eyes closed. There's no negative remark on you because you are not the guy who chose the project. It was given to you. You were doing your job. Your competitor comes out with something good, better, and it's a decision taken by the portfolio management through the PMO. There are lots of such projects that the world does not even come to know about. So the PMO can terminate the project if they feel like the project is no more viable, or if they feel like the objectives will not be met. This happens mostly on the research side. They see the project manager and the team moving in the dark for a long time, and then they don't see any light on the other side of the tunnel, so they call them back. So PMOs, they help gather lessons learned and make them available to other projects. See, a primary function of a PMO is to support project managers in a variety of ways, which may include, but not limited to, like managing shared resources across all projects administered by the PMO. And the function of the PMO would be like identifying and developing project management methodology, best practices and standards, and coaching, mentoring, training and oversights, and monitoring compliance. The PMO will provide templates on the project. They say to create the project charter, you use so and so template. To raise the change request on this project, you have to use so and so version document template. To raise the invoice, you have to use so and so template. The PMO will provide guidance. They provide all the required softwares. On this project, you need MS Office, MS Project, you need licenses. All that will come from your PMO, and you intensely interact with the PMO during project initiation, then later in the project. In the sense, when the project is in initiation, your interaction with the PMO will be intense because the PMO is going to hand over the resources and all. And then moving forward, your interaction with the PMO comes down. It may come down to a level where, like, say, once in a fortnight or once in a month, you document the project performance information and communicate to the stakeholders. So a copy of that would also go to the PMO. Now, PMO certifications are in great demand, actually. It is trending, let me tell you that. So you have a certification from PMI itself. You have PMI's PMO certified practitioner. So, you could visit the PMI website to see more details about the PMO CP. Then you also have another body called AIPMO, Association of International Project Management Officers. AIPMO conducts the IPMO certifications, and you have three levels actually: IPMO Foundation, IPMO Practitioner, and IPMO Expert. IPMO Expert are typically for the PMO Director actually. And this builds upon the Foundation and Practitioner. So you need to clear them one after the other. You also have other PMO certifications, like you have something called as Certified Baseline PMO, Certified Baseline PMO Consultant. So there are lots of jobs with international organizations in the PMO. In fact, in Saudi Arabia, if you look at the Red Sea Development Company, the Ministry of Commerce and Investment, the NEOM project, the Riyadh Airport, the Ministry of Health, all of them have set up their PMOs, and there are lots of requirements. I know that. So I can tell you that PMO and risk management are like most trending. In fact, I was there in Saudi some time back, and I've seen that many organizations they have a failed PMO, or they are planning to set up a PMO to have a future fit organization. Failing PMO because of the reasons that I see is misalignment, different expectations, focusing more on the tools part of it, lack of governance, PMOs failing because no clear reporting, no proper documentation. See, there has to be a clear idea about the desired outputs in terms of the next 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. What should be the outputs? The KPIs have to be there in place, and the short term, mid term, and long term goals for the PMO. See, when market changes, the stakeholder expectation also changes, including the C class executives. All this have to be considered actually. And let me also tell you that the PMO consulting and implementation is a big business today. So this is about the PMO certifications, the PMO and the certifications.